Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. I'm the brother Malak. As always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. Okay, this is going to be part 2 of, is the MOTB really sin or a physical mark? Is the MOTB sin really sin or a physical mark? Okay, because as I explained on part 1, you have camps teaching that it's sin. Okay, and we specifically in part 1 went in on what exactly is sin and how does it affect us, long term, short term, all of that, right? Brought out many scriptures, and I think I through the Spirit I made the point exactly on what sin is and how it can't possibly be ever the MOTB, man. Sin is not the MO to the TB, man. Okay, as here in Revelations 13, where you first come to the mark, when it starts speaking about the mark of the beast, man. Okay, so with that being said, let's just get right to it. I just got basically a couple scriptures, man, all in Revelations, right? Revelations 13 and in Revelations 14, and these are future prophecies. One reads it, and if you have the Spirit if the Spirit is dealing with you, you will see that not only is this a future prophecy, right, because it has not taken place, but it proves that it cannot be sin, man. And people gotta look into words, into basically looking up words, because hold on one second, I got a damn motorbike parking next to me. I do not want him to open the door and mess my car up. Salakia Akim, bear with me. Okay, so this is jumped right into it. This is gonna be super short, this lesson, because I'm only concentrating on where it's mentioning the MO to the TB, man. Okay, and then looking up a specific word for the word mark there. Okay, so when we go to Revelation chapter 13 and we start at 16, it reads, "And he," that's Esau, "causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Now, the he, as I just said, is Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, who the Bible calls the devil, man, the deceiver. All right, verse 17. "And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." Okay, because it all ties in together, those three things, man. Okay, you have the system, you have the actual mark, right, which we believe is an RFID C-hip. The beast system, which is basically Salakia, which is basically the image, right, the system. Okay, and or the number of his name, which is also a part of that. Okay, when you look into, and I'm not gonna deviate, but when you look into the origins of how this thing works, not how this thing works, but like the people that created, the man that created this, the way the barcode system works, right? That when these things are scanned, it's usually a sequence of numbers, man, and those numbers go into 666, man. Okay, and even that itself, when you read, I believe it's here in Revelation 13, if I'm not mistaken, that it mentions 666, and when you go into the Greek of that, chi stai stigma, those will I pronounce that right? That even, and it goes deeper into it, but even that has a if you have the correct understanding of it, if the spirit, as I said, is dealing with you, man, you will notice and you will know and realize that, you know, it cannot be sin. That proves that it can't be sin, man. Okay, because it you know, Elder Yashawamba, the Manatazakba have made very detailed lessons on tri-state stigma. You know, I won't be going into that because I want to keep this one deep, okay, simple, plain upon tables, man. All right, so real quick again, Revelations 13 verses 16 and 17 reads, and he, Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of, causes it all, both small and great, rich and poor, everybody out here, man, the rich and the poor, free and bond, the people that are locked up and the people that are free with so-called liberties out here, right, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Now we know that these people are developing I just want to choose my words wisely, you know, the C-hip, and also both C-hips for the hand and C-hips for the head, even though it says forehead, it's you know, any part of your head. It's basically these people like Elon Musk and other companies, they're in this technological race to basically develop a C-hip that will help you, you know, send emails, send a text message, make a phone call. If you didn't know, if you couldn't walk because you was paraplegic, it'll help you walk. You know, if you couldn't use your hands for whatever reason, it will help you use your hands. And these are all the miracles, right, of the devil that they were going to be using to basically deceive the masses, man. Okay, he'll show you that he's going to do something, but that's not really his intentions, man. You know, we know this devil cannot do right, man. And if he does it, if he does any type of good, it's for his benefit. All right. So let's go into that word mark real quick. And when you go and you click on, you know, the blue letter Bible, and you click on that verse, and you go down to mark, the Greek word is charagma, G5480, right? G5480, charagma, charagma, right? And when you read it, the outline of biblical usage is a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or on the right hand as the badge of the followers of the, it says here, anti-Christ, but you know, it's anti-Hamashiach. The mark branded upon horses, the carved, sculptured, graven work. Okay, because basically Esau wants to be the Most High. The Most High has his spiritual mark, right, that he's going to set upon the foreheads on them, actually, that sigh and cry, right, they're out here sighing and cry for all the evils that are done in the world, man. So the Lord has his spiritual mark, and therefore Esau, being a carnal man, has to have his physical mark, man, his carnal mark. All right, and ultimately Esau just looks at you, especially Amalek looks at us, the masses, and especially Jake, right, Israelites, as animals, man, that could be branded, you know, to show who's the owner of the stock of the animals, man. All right, that's actually what this man is trying to do, and by doing so, causing everyone to make a decision, right? Because the scripture says the hour of temptation, so you're going to be faced with a decision to receive that mark, man. You know, when you click on the root word, right? Because the charagma, the actual mark, is the C-hip. Now, the way it's going to be delivered, you guys have seen on the video, on the news, how they actually put these C-hips under the skin of people, man. And the scriptures here, when you go to the root word, it basically tells you, it basically describes that instrument, right? And you click on it, and it's G5482, Karax, right? Karax. And it says a pale or stake, a palisade of rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. Okay, the one we're going with, though, all right, because it's not really picking and choosing, man. You have to see what's going on. So you look up these words, pale or stake or palisades, and it basically comes out to a syringing, man, because that instrument that they use to put the C-hip under people's skin is indeed through a syringing, man. Okay, it's a special kind of syringe. It's not your regular syringe. It's way thicker, and so back to that scripture, man. Revelation 13, 16, and 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, okay, in their right hand or in their foreheads. How is he going to use this? How is he going to put that in, that charagma in the skin? Basically through the syringe, man, through the carax, okay? And then it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So he's going to put something physical, and he's going to cause to have something physical be put inside of people, okay? And the only way you'll be able to buy a bus ticket, the only way you'll be able to sell an apple, a pen, your services, the only way you will get rendered for your services would be if you have this mark, man, this charagma, and that you're reverencing or worshiping, right, the system that he's gonna have in place, the infrastructure, man. And these people have it. They've been telling us they had it. And movies tell you what they did. Movies tell you what they're presently doing, and movies also tell you, through movies, they also tell you what they're planning to do, man. Okay, watch the movie George Orwell, 1984. Watch, man, a plethora of movies, man. That's all they make is movies on the MOTB, man. Okay, you have to have those spiritual eyes to see so, man. Now let's go jump down to the next chapter, Revelations 14, 9 and 10. Yeah, Revelations chapter 14, 9 through 11. Actually, it says, because if it's sin, then we all been sinning. We all had the MO to the TB then, if it's sin, as I stated in part 1. So then we're asked out, because this chapter goes into basically what's going to happen, right, to the people that do take it, man. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. Let's just get right to it. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, loud enough so you could hear him clearly, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So now, for those of you thinking that is sin, right, you have to say, when you're reading this, and receive his sin, right? And us that believe that it's the C-hip, we're going to say, and receive his C-hip, right, in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10, the same, meaning that same person that received that mark, the MO to the TB, man, whether it's what you think, you people that think it's sin, or us over here that think, that believe and know that it's the C-hip, right? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, Yahweh, right? Which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous judgment, man, his anger, in other words. And he shall be tormented. The person that takes the sin, Salakia, that's a slip of the tongue, that's Satan. The person that takes the charagma, the mark, the MO to the TB, is going to suffer some consequences. So this is a future prophecy. On top of that, this has not happened, which should tell you that, or should help you realize that it isn't sin, because the understanding we got on that first video that I made, part 1, sin is clearly transgressions of, a sin is transgressing the law, breaking the law. Okay, that's how, and we all are born into sin. conceived out of sin. The scriptures even tell you that, you know, your wife will become a harlot, will be a harlot in the city, because all these women have been dealing with different men. So by the time your ass is born, you know, your mom done deal with already at least more than one person. The very least two. Okay? And that's low balling it, man. Okay? These curses hit us, man. And Kohalo Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is 1144 as I'm reading this, man. It just turned 1144. Kohalo Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Abaratazah. Babakusha, Abaratazah, Father. Alright? So the same shall drink of the wine of his wrath, of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, so whoever takes this is going to be tormented, man, in the presence of the Lamb and the angels and Yahweh himself. Verse 11, and I ended off here, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, right? And they have no rest day or night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So if it's sin, man, we should be suffering right now, man. We should be tormented day and night. Okay, and a lot of us is catching hell, but it's not this torment, man, that the scripture's speaking about here, man. All right? So come on, man. I mean, you know, ultimately, man, if you can't see it, the Lord is just not dealing with you, man. That's just what it comes down to, you know? And what's so fearful about the whole thing is that he could have you see it clearly, and you having the spirit to say you're not gonna take it, but we're not 100% sure, you know. I mean, we have clues and indications and instructions on what to follow to have the best possible outcome, but if it's your lot to take that, to choose it, to take it, man, you know, you asked out, man. And as I was saying, the Lord could have you see that it's the C hip right now and still have you take it, or have you deny it, you know, weeks from now, days from now, months from now, whenever he wants, half hour from now, man. You know, fear the Lord, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, man. So I pray this lesson, you know, it was short, but I pray that it was edifying, man. Okay, so this has been the is the MOTB really sin or a physical mark, man, part 2. And we know that without a shadow of a doubt, man, is the C hip, man. It's the RFID. Okay, so with that, I want to say shalom. I want to say kohalo Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors also to the apostles of GMS for teaching rule well and continue being great examples to us brothers. Salutations to you brothers out there in the highways and hedges, pushing this truth out sincerely with all fear and trembling of the Lord, making your bodies living sacrifices. And salutations to you brothers and sisters that tune in to listen and learn, man. All right, keep the faith, man. Keep that gift. Pray that you will keep that gift, man. All right, because the other jakes out here wilding, man, bugging out, man, bucking up against the truth, man. Shalom.